Right. With permission, Mr. Speaker, I will answer questions 5 and 7 together. The Scottish Parliament is one of the most powerful devolved parliaments in the world, and we believe the devolution settlement strikes the right balance. We continue to work collaboratively with the Scottish Government to implement the Scotland Act 2016, and this includes, Mr. Speaker, passing secondary legislation to deliver the extensive welfare and tax powers that were granted by the Act.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. Mr. Speaker, the vast majority of people in Scotland support the continued existence of the Scottish Government. Despite this, the settled will of the Scottish people for greater autonomy and self-rule, some senior Conservatives are becoming even louder in their calls for the UK Government to claw back powers from the devolved assemblies, the Secretary of State amongst them. Can the Secretary of State commit today, before this House, that the UK Government will not, under any circumstances, attempt to revoke powers that have been devolved to the Scottish Government?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I absolutely can. In fact, since we left the European Union, we have given more powers to the Scottish Parliament. And actually, whenever asked, not a single member of the Scottish National Party has come up with one power that's been taken away. Quite the contrary, we've given more powers. We'll continue to do that. Because, let's be clear, we are the party who are strengthening devolution. You are the party, sorry, Mr. Speaker, not you, the SNP are the party opposite want to destroy devolution.
Mr. Speaker, I believe the EU forecasts the Irish economy will grow by more than 5% in 2022, showing the real potential for growth that exists for smaller nations that are part of the EU. Meanwhile, on the back of the UK Government's disastrous fiscal statement, mortgage payments for many Scots are rising dramatically. People will be struggling to keep a roof over their heads, let alone feed and keep themselves warm. And today the ONS tells us there's been a slump of 0.3% in GDP in August in the UK before that disastrous event. Why won't he and his cabinet colleagues accept their fiddling with devolution while the UK economy burns will never be enough to protect the Scottish people he supposedly represents, and accept an independence referendum has to happen so they can protect themselves?
Well, Mr. Speaker, you won't be surprised to hear that I think that's absolute nonsense. This is not the time. A vast majority of Scots do not believe now is the time for an independence referendum, and that's very clear. The Constitution reserved to Westminster, that process is going through the Supreme Court now to be determined, but to me it's very clear the people of Scotland want this government to get on with the support it's given through COVID, of furlough, 900,000 jobs, the support we've given to people, households on their energy costs and businesses on their energy costs, and helping to grow the Scottish economy through free ports and investment zones. That's what the people of Scotland want.